Come to the front of your mat, bring your palms together near your heart center. Close your eyes and begin to take a few deep breaths in and out. Make sure your spine is straight, your shoulders are relaxed away from your neck. Take this time to set an intention for your practice. You may dedicate it to someone, the Supreme Self, or a higher power. Gently begin to open your eyes. Inhale, bring your hands together overhead and back. Exhale and bend forward. Right leg goes back, knee down, hands together. Open your chest, shaking your shoulders side to side, crescent moon. Left knee goes down to meet the right, plank pose, chaturanga, upward dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Bring the right leg between the hands, left knee down. Hands come together to crescent moon, opening up the chest. Left foot meets the right. Fold forward and come all the way up and back. Once again, come all the way up and back. Fold forward, bring the left leg back. Knee down. Crescent moon, opening up the chest. Up and back. Bring the hands down. Plank pose, chaturanga. Elbows near the ribs, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Try to reach the head to the floor. Bring the left leg to the front. Crescent moon. Fold forward, bend your knees if necessary. Bring your hands together, up, and stretch all the way back. Fold forward once again. Right leg goes back, knee down, crescent moon. Place the left hand inside the left foot. Right hand opens up straight. Go back to crescent moon and play here with any variations that you may want. For example, you can hook the back of your foot on the elbow crease, or you can grab the back of your foot with the left or right hand, or feel free to stay in crescent moon as well. Whatever feels best for the body. Don't force anything. Gently release and bring your front foot back a little for a side twist. Your hands are in your heart center, and imagine your left shoulder is opening all the way up, like a string is pulling it. Bring your hands down, plank pose, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Head towards the mat. Bring your right foot between your hands, crescent moon. Place the right hand inside the right foot. Left hand opens up straight. Go back to crescent moon from here, and once again you have the chance to play with any variations that may feel best for the body. You can grab the foot, hook it between the elbow, and bring your hands together. Trying to reach for your foot. Whatever feels best. Again, once again, do not force anything. Gently release, bring your foot a little bit back for a side twist. The hands are in the heart center, and this time your right shoulder is opening up. Come to a plank pose, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Split the right foot up. Feel free to open the hips if that feels good, eventually leading you to Vashisthasana. Feel free to stay in this first beginner pose. If you want a little challenge, try grabbing your knee, or even try grabbing your foot for a deeper stretch. Gently release, coming back to a downward facing dog. This time split the left foot all the way up. Try to get your head to the mat. Make sure your hips are straight. Opening up the hips now. Into Vashisthasana. Feel free to stay here in the beginner pose. Or again, maybe this leg will be stronger and you can grab your knee or even your foot for a deeper stretch. Gently release and flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Split the right foot up. Bring it through Warrior One. Your hands may stay apart or bring them close together. Your gaze to the front or up where your hands are. Open to Warrior Two. Open your hands, come together and away. Do this for a couple of times. Reverse your warrior. And then place the right hand in front of the foot. Extended side angle. If it's within your practice, feel free to bind the hands together or stay in this position. If you have binded your hands, you're going to bring the back of the foot to the center of the mat and prepare to come up for Bird of Paradise. So gently find your balance and start to come up. Your leg may stay bent or you may straighten it. Slowly come back down the same way you went up. Extend your hands, Warrior Two, and extend your leg up, flow through your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Bring the left foot up and through to Warrior One. Again, the hands may be apart or together. Opening up to Warrior Two. Make sure your front leg is 90 degrees and your gaze is to the front over your fingers. Bring your hands together and away. A few more times. Together, extending the front leg and bending it one more time. Reverse your warrior. Bring your left hand in front of your foot, extended side angle. Feel free to stay here or bind the hands together. If your hands are binding, then bring the back foot to the center of the mat and prepare to come up to Bird of Paradise, finding your balance. Find a focus point to help with the balance. Gently come all the way back down the same way through extended angle, Warrior Two, and flow through your vinyasa. We will meet in downward facing dog. Bring your right foot to the front, high lunge. Find the balance for revolved side angle pose. Bind the hands if it's in your practice, or leave the hands in prayer. From here, keeping the bind or the prayer, come into a revolved triangle. Release the hands and fold forward, grabbing the backs of the ankles. Preparing to come into headstand if that's in your practice. Slowly finding your balance. Splitting your legs, come all the way up. If not, stay in the forwards fold. Here, close your eyes and meditate. Gently begin to come down. And now move into your splits. Fold forward, working on your side splits. Gently now move into your splits with the right foot facing forward. Feel free to do a small back bend before you fold over your foot. Take a few breaths here, stay in that pose, or maybe do a side stretch. With every pose, you get a little deeper. Then bring your front foot into pigeon pose. Once again, a small back bend to prepare you to fold forward. Feel free to stay in your forearms, or if you want to go a little deeper, extend your hands. Breathe here for a few seconds. If you'd like, feel free to add a twist. Your hands are in prayer position. Coming out, come into a lizard pose. You may stay on your palms or on your forearms, whatever feels best. Listen to your body. Coming out, feel free to shake the leg out in downward facing dog. And preparing the left leg to come between the hands. Finding the balance in high lunge, and then revolving the side angle. Bind the hands together or leave them in prayer. It's up to you. This side may feel different than the other. Either binding the hands or keeping them in prayer position, slowly start to turn to a revolved triangle. From here, release the hands and fold forward. Again, preparing to come into a headstand, or feel free to stay there. Any variation of headstand here. Engage your abs and slowly bring your legs all the way up. Again, another chance for meditation. Slowly bring the legs all the way back down. and come into your split. Folding forward. You can stay in your elbows or trying to come all the way to your chest. From there, gently move to your splits. Your left foot is forward. Accommodate yourself here. Maybe a small back bend. And then fold over your left leg for a deeper stretch. Feel free to stay here, or like on the other side, you may want to try a side stretch. Remember to breathe in and out. With every breath, you go a little deeper. Bend the front leg in preparation for pigeon pose. Maybe a small back bend to prepare you for the forward fold. Feel free to stay on your forearms or extend your arms to go a little deeper. As long as there is no pain, reach your limit. After a few breaths here, you may decide to twist or stay in the previous forward fold. Then prepare to tuck your back foot and come into a lizard pose. You may start with the hands straight, opening up the hips, and then maybe decide to go to your elbows. Or if you know the entire pose, full lizard, feel free to go all the way down to the floor. Once you've had enough, shake your leg and downward facing dog. Great, time to play with some balancing of the forearms. When balancing, find a focus point, and it's easier to split the legs open to find that balance. Make sure you engage your abs to protect your lower back. Play here with both legs. One coming up first, then the other side. Wherever feels best. Once you've had enough of that, come to a child's pose and rest for a few deep breaths. Preparing for headstand. Make sure your elbows are close together. If you don't want to do headstand, stay in child's pose and rest. Coming up to headstand and splitting your legs is probably the easiest way to find your balance. Once you've found your balance, if it's within your practice, come into lotus pose. Here's another chance to meditate, so close your eyes and focus in the space between your eyebrows. Always remembering to breathe in and out. In lotus or headstand, without lotus, feel free to play with your balance. Maybe do a little ab workout. And slowly release and bring your feet down and rest in child's pose. After a few breaths here, find a way to come into your shoulder stand. Roll all the way back to your shoulders, always supporting the back with your hands, your lower back supported. Your legs may remain straight, or again, if it's in your practice, you can come into a lotus pose. Wherever you are, another chance for meditation, so close your eyes and focus in the space between your eyebrows. Slowly you may begin to lower your lotus towards your chest, or if not, come directly into a plow pose. In the plow pose, you're trying to get your legs behind your head, and they will rest on the floor beside your head. Feel free to wrap your arms behind your legs to try to get your knees to touch the floor. After a good stretch here, extend your arms. Your palms will be flat on the floor. And slowly begin to bring your seat down. As soon as your feet touch, you come into fish pose. The crown of your head is on the floor. Here, imagine your chest is expanding. Every breath is like the gill of a fish. From there, if it's within your practice, bring your hands and arms to 45 degrees. And begin to do the breath of fire. Like a sniffing dog, breathe in and out very quickly. Relax. You may hug your knees for a small back massage. Come to a seated position, extend your legs, bring your hands up and forward fold. You may begin by bending your knees as long as your chest is glued to your thighs. And slowly you can begin to extend your legs. Take a few breaths. With every breath, you may extend even more. Focus on the lower spine. This is a spine opener. Slowly come all the way back up. Bring your right foot over the left for a final twist. Make sure your gaze is over your right hand, opening up your chest. After a few breaths, switch the left over the right. Your gaze is over your left hand. Twisting and opening up the chest. Great, from here, the class is complete, so it's time to rest. So come into Shavasana. Calming your breath a little more. Close your eyes, find a comfortable corpse pose. And begin to bring your attention to your left foot, your toes, your ankle, your knee, your thigh. The left foot is completely relaxed. Bring your attention to your left hand, your fingertips, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, your left hand completely relaxed. Bring your attention to your right foot, your ankle, your knee, your thigh, your right leg heavy on the floor. Bring your attention to your right hand, your right fingertips, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder. Your right hand is completely relaxed. Your body is heavy on the floor. Start to move your fingers, your toes. You may stretch your hands over your head if that feels good. You may come to one side. And whenever you're ready, come to a seated position. Here, make sure your spine is straight. Your eyes are still closed. You're taking a few breaths in and out. Bring your hands, your palms together to your third eye, and namaste. Thank you very much.